This is MacVoices TV. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is MacVoices TV. Thanks for joining me. This is my first show since coming back from Blog World in Las Vegas, and I hope you had a chance to see a lot of the interviews, or all of the interviews we did with friends both new and old, including a session with the Mac Roundtable crew. If you are subscribed to our feed, then you got those delivered to you automatically. If not, visit MacVoices TV. You can watch the episodes right on the website and subscribe to us in your RSS reader or, of course, in iTunes. Blog World presented a little bit of a new challenge because I did not have a cameraman this time to shoot video at a live trade show. And so I had a couple problems to solve, and that's sort of the subject of today's video, because I found that I had a lot of interest from exhibitors, showgoers. I was stopped a number of times daily being asked about this one particular piece of equipment. I'm assuming that it was because folks had not seen it before and it solved a problem for them that I had also been facing. When you go to do a live video shoot like this with just one person, you wanted something that could be set up easily and quickly. You don't want the guests having to stand around and wait for you to get everything ready, but at the same time, you want it to be pretty consistent. You obviously want it to be stable, not just for the picture purpose, but also for the safety of your equipment. I looked at a number of tripods, and those are great for so many uses. The trouble in that particular environment is that it's three legs to extend and collapse. It's three legs that have to be propped up. You have to make sure you get them all out right. Have to make sure that they're all on the same level of carpeting, which if you've walked a trade show floor, you know that in itself can be a challenge. Just a lot of little inconveniences that can crop up. So I found a different product and a different solution. That's what I want to show you today, and hopefully it will solve one of your problems too. The product I'm talking about is the Manfrotto 682 Monopod. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, what good does a monopod do if you're working alone and you're trying to balance a video camera? Well, the first thing I want to tell you about this monopod is that it's metal. Okay, it's a professional grade, so there's a lot of sturdiness and stability to it. You don't have to worry about it breaking or collapsing or whatever. What makes this monopod different, and I mentioned it's metal because you can hear me unscrewing the bottom of it, is that you unscrew the bottom and three legs pop out. You screw the bottom back on, which can be a challenge. There we go. Okay, and now your monopod has turned into a standing monopod with three, again, solid metal legs on a metal body, and that makes for a nice, solid support. What makes it, though, especially nice is that this is the way you carry the unit around. You mount the camera on here, and I'd show you that, except that obviously we're using the camera to shoot this. And then you have a complete unit here, which you can drop down on a table. If you're so inclined, you can drop down on the floor. Two quick snaps of the plastic clips, and the monopod will go out to its full 69-inch height. And I think I need a wider angle lens to show you that. But it also makes it extremely easy to adjust the height to exactly what you want. If you know exactly what you want every time, you can use a marker and mark the shaft of the monopod so that it is right there and you hit it every single time. You also don't have to worry about it being level because obviously the legs don't go anywhere. It's exactly this way. Now, a couple potential downsides to this piece of equipment. First of all, it's a little heavier than most monopods. Again, it's metal, and that makes a big, big difference in stability and safety, but it also means that it's a little extra weight. I didn't find it burdensome, but in these days of people talking about shaving half a pound off of your laptop, it may matter to you. The second thing is that this configuration right here at about 29 inches is as short as it gets, fully compacted or folded. So if you're looking at taking this in carry-on luggage, that may present a little problem, may even present a problem for checked luggage. So just keep that in mind. You may have to make arrangements to get it wherever you're going if you're traveling. Other than that, this is a great piece of equipment. It's about $110 at Amazon. I bring that up only because it's a little more expensive and you may gasp a little bit and say, wow, there are cheaper monopods out there. There are even some cheaper monopods with feet or legs that can be extended, and that's true. The problem with those is that they are plastic. I looked at some of them. There was no way I was interested in balancing any of my equipment on something that looked like it could fall over any minute or would not withstand even one trade show. So this has been a good investment for me. The other thing you should know about it, it is rated at full height to handle up to about 24 pounds in camera gear. Now that's a lot of weight. I was only using a Canon HV20, which is about 2.5, 3 pounds. So it really didn't stress it out very much. It was good and rock solid, with one exception I'll talk about in a second. But it does a nice job. It's just that it will cost you a little more money. Now the exception I'm talking about is that when you start dropping the monopod out to maybe eye level, a little better, with the camera on top of it, it can wobble just a little bit. Now it's not going to do that if nothing is touching it or pulling on it. If you've seen my videos, you know the kind of interviews I like to do are the one mic kind, where I've got the guest on and I take the mic, talk, and then hand it over to them. Well, if the cord or mic cable, excuse me, is not long enough, what I found was that you might even see it in a couple of the first videos I shot, see just a little wobble on the picture. Not much, but it's there. So the solution was pretty simple. Just get a longer mic cable, let it run to the ground and lay on the ground. That way all the play that you need is right there in your hand and you're pulling off the coil on the ground as opposed to having it connect directly to the camera. If you're running wireless, of course, that's not even a consideration. And if you're not using this for video or mic'd video, it's not a big consideration either. It's just one little tip for using this for the purpose that I wanted to put it to. So again, this is the Manfrotto 682B, available from Amazon for about $110. I'll have links in the show notes, along with links to follow me on Twitter and links to everything else that the MacVoices group does. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email at chuck@macvoices.com. Until the next time, this is MacVoices TV. Thanks for watching. MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices group and a member of Mac Level 10.